Hello students, I am teacher Svetlana and in our today's lecture we will learn about the silent features of the kingdom fungi and kingdom animalia. If you have a look at this image here, you will see we have already seen the characteristics of kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista and kingdom Plantae. We are just left with two more kingdoms in our 5 kingdoms. So let's get familiar with the characteristics that are there about the organisms which are included in these two kingdoms, that is kingdom fungi and kingdom animalia. So let's begin. Students, let us have a look at the general characteristics of kingdom fungi. They are eukaryotic heterotrophs showing extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion is they digest their food outside the body. They are found in warm and humid places. They have simple body which may be unicellular or made up of long thread-like structures which is called as hyphae. So if their body is having a long thread-like structure, that body is called as an hyphae. Large fungi such as mushrooms have compact mass of cells. Unicellular organisms have a protoplast with many nuclei. Protoplast is the inner content of their cell, which in our normal cells we call them as the cell cytoplasm. Here in case of the bacterial cells or the living plant cell, it is called as protoplast. We have examples of Rhizopus, Saccharomyces and yeast. Now yeast is a unicellular fungus. Now students, let us have a look at the features of kingdom fungi. The fungi are filamentous, excluding yeast, which is a single-celled organism. Their features comprises slender, long, thread-like constructions called as hyphae. So their figure, the body is made up of single, long, slender thread-like structures. This structure is called as hyphae and the fungal body is called as the mycelium. So have a look at this image here. If it's a single long thread-like structure, such a figure is called as an hyphae. The hyphae may be with septa or without septa. Now septa is this structure here which is dividing the filamentous body into tiny parts. So this is called as a septum. So if the septum is present on the hyphae is said to be septate, and if there is no such septum present on the hyphae, then it is said to be a non-septate hyphae. Now they may be uni or multinucleated. You can see they can be either having a single nuclei or they will have multiple nuclei. So they are either uni or multinucleated. The non-septate multinucleated hyphae are called as coniocytic hyphae. If you have a look at this hyphae here, you will see that there is no septate that is present and it is multinucleated. Such a hyphae is called as a coniocytic hyphae. The cell wall of the fungi is composed of polysaccharides and fungal cellulose. Now, most of these fungi are saprophytes, that is, they depend on dead decaying material and are heterotrophic. Some of them are parasitic or predators also. They reproduce sexually as well as asexually. Some of the fungi also survive as symbionts. Symbionts is they form an association with another organism. Some of them form the symbiotic fungi life in associations with algae like lichens, and some symbiont fungi live in associations with roots of higher plants. Where they are found in the root nodules of the higher plants, they are called as mycorrhizae. Students, the kingdom fungi are further classified on the basis of their structure, mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. Let us have a look at it. The first one is phycomycetes. They are commonly called as algal fungi. Mycelium is made up of aseptate coniocetic hyphae. So there are no septate present. That's why it is called as a coniocetic hyphae. They may be either uninucleated or multinucleated. They commonly grow in moist and damp habitats, on decaying organic matter, as well as in aquatic habitats, or as parasites on plants. So let us have a look at the examples. We have mucor and rhizopus. This is how mucor looks. This is how rhizopus look. They are also called as bread molds, the ones responsible to spoil your bread. Then you have albuga, which is a parasitic fungus on mustard. Have a look at this mustard leaf here. You can see the fungal growth. So as said, that some of them are also parasites on plants. Now students, let us have a look at the next category, which is ascomycetes. These are called as sac fungi. These fungi are mostly multicellular. Rarely unicellular varieties occur, which includes the yeast. The hyphae are branch and septate. So you have the hyphae which is having branching also, and it is having the septate also. That is, it is divided into tiny parts. Now, sac fungi can be decomposers, parasites, or corpophilus. Corpophilus is growing on dung. Have a look at these images here. This first one is your aspergillus. Then your second one, that is B, is penicillium. C is claviceps. D is neurospora. Neurospora is useful in genetic and biochemical assays. And the third one is Saccharomyces, which is also called as yeast. And we all know it has a lot of use in the bakery industry. The next category, students, is basidiomycetes. These are commonly called as club fungi. They have branched septate hyphae. So they have branchings, they have septates, that is the septa is present on their hyphae. We can have a look at these examples. The first one, A, is agaricus, which is called as mushrooms. These mushrooms are edible, but not all mushrooms are edible. Some are poisonous and some are also parasites. The next one is guanoderma, which is also called as bracket fungi. This B is your guanoderma. Then you have the plant parasites, C, ustiligo, which are also called as smuts, and we have D, which is called as Puccinia, which is also called as rust. Now these two are plant parasites. They affect plants. Smuts is this is a corn plant where these smuts have grown. This fungal growth you can see, and the next fungal growth which is Puccinia, which is called as rust, which occurs on the leaf of the plants. Students, the next category is deuteromycetes. These are imperfect fungi which are known to reproduce only asexually, as their sexual mode of reproduction is yet undiscovered. And if you look at the images, it clearly suggests that they are plant parasites. The first one, A, is Alternaria. This is how the Alternaria appears. And next one, B, which is your Colatotrichium. This is how it looks, and they are considered as imperfect fungi. Now students, let us have a look at the economical and ecological importance of kingdom fungi. They are useful as well as harmful. Mushrooms are consumed as food. Yeast is used in bakery and beverage. Penicillium is a fungus and it is well known for antibiotic production. But on the other hand, we also have the harmful fungi causing diseases in plants and animals. Example, we've already seen the Puccinia and Ustiligo. On the other hand, we have morels and truffles. These are varieties of sac fungi that are consumed as delicacies. Students, this is how morels appear, and this is how truffles look. They are consumed as exotic food items. Our next kingdom that we are yet to see is kingdom Animalia. Now the features of this kingdom are All multicellular eukaryotes, which are heterotrophs and they lack cell wall, are put aside under this kingdom. Now, the animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants for foods. Their mode of nutrition is holozoic. Now, holozoic mode of nutrition means they have a way of ingestion of the food, and then they use an internal cavity for the digestion of food. That is, in higher animals we have a well organized digestive system. So this is called as holozoic mode of nutrition. You have a place for ingestion of food, and then you have another place from where the digested food is eliminated out of the body. Now, many of these animals are adept for locomotion. Growth is determinate. So we have a definite growth in the organisms that are included in the kingdom Animalia. You will see we are not talking too much in detail about this kingdom, because we have chapter 4 in which we will study kingdom Animalia in detail with its further classifications. Thank you, students, for participating in this lecture. We will meet soon again with the next topic. Till then, take care, be safe, and keep learning.